Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. This is video 2 of 2 today on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday. And talking about beautiful things, you're looking damn beautiful today yourself. How do you do it? Anyway, let's get straight into the meat and potatoes. As I'm sure many of you will already have seen the video, the footage, the photos, and listened to the multiple things regarding the Titan sub being brought into St John's Harbour. Remains on board, it would appear. When I say on board, kind of inboard, wrapped in kind of a mixture of metal and acrylic and carbon fibre. As yes, the death trap, as I'm going to be calling it from here on out. So it looks like they're now going to be taking the remains of this sub into a place where they will look to put it together like a massive fucked up jigsaw puzzle to hopefully be able to ascertain what actually went wrong. I can tell you what went wrong. It was an unclassed sub that went into the water to a depth that it wasn't capable of going. And, you know, some may say that this was innovation, what happened with this sub. It was innovation. This guy built it and he went down and he had every faith in the world in it. The downside is it wasn't really innovation. It was stupidity, because I feel that the mechanics of it, how it was put together and what it was made from, which is a mixture of carbon fibre, acrylics, etc., it just crushed it when it got to a certain depth. It just couldn't handle it. And there should be repercussions to that. At the end of the day, this thing should have never, ever entered the water. And it cost the lives of 5 people. One of them was only 19 years old. And we're hearing stories come forward of other people who were going to be going onto this sub, and the fact that they kind of had safety concerns themselves. There was another billionaire, his name escapes me, but he was going to. He'd been offered a discount to go on there as well, $100,000 discount. But it wasn't until this guy's son, again, a young son, had turned around and said, look, I'm a little bit concerned. This doesn't look safe. And the guy who built it says, he turns around and says, well, look, I'll go on a video call with him and I'll have a chat because I'd like to find out what this... He kind of tried to say that the boy was he didn't know what he was talking about. That was the be-all and end-all of it. He was uneducated in this field of expertise, and whether he had made up his fears in his mind. He didn't go on board, obviously, and, well, it would appear that the young boy was right, and you were wrong. Look, but at the end of the day, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy, and what should happen next? Well, I think for a start off that nobody needs to go down to the Titanic anymore. The Titanic is a graveyard. It's been down there for many, many years, and it is unsafe. The Titanic itself is unsafe. It's deteriorating, and you can hear the noises of that deterioration when you listen to videos of previous expeditions on board, and the terrain with which you have to navigate to get to it are dangerous. Every time something goes down to there with people on board, those people's lives are at risk. And this is a reminder of that risk. And yes, there is innovation, and it was said that this guy who had built this sub, he had ignored safety concerns, saying that he was tired of safety being used as a way to stifle innovation. It seems that the safety concerns were very, very real, and it's interesting to me why he would ignore them. You know, this is a guy who supposedly was a specialist in his field. He was an innovator. So what went so catastrophically wrong that he put himself and others in this situation? Some have said that perhaps this was A self-deletion hidden in an expedition. It's interesting because it would appear that he was very, very, very wrong. And I'd like to hear your thoughts and feelings on what did truly go wrong here. Why did they continue to search after they had sort of proof, if you like, that there had indeed been a catastrophic implosion? And it was the thing that made the most sense. Even the uneducated had concluded after hearing that different comm systems and other systems had simultaneously failed. It wasn't difficult to understand what had gone wrong here when you consider the terrain where they were and how it happened and how quickly they vanished off the radar, so to speak. People knew what had happened way before. But was this used as a Kansas City shuffle? Let's keep our eyes on this while this happens over here. Or was it just a catalogue of failure after failure after failure? I heard that there had been offer of help from the UK, in fact, and that help was turned down. Is it because they knew that that help would likely not come to fruition because they already knew what had happened, but they still wanted to drag the situation out? But I hear that Canadian authorities have got involved, and it would appear that they are potentially going to be seeking legal action against Oceangate as well. But the biggest question of all is whether companies like Oceangate, and specifically Oceangate, should be continued to allow innovation that places people's lives at risk. Where is that line? Let me know down below what you feel about it all. Do you think we'll ever truly understand what happened here? Will we hear what the failing was, what the specific failing was, and will there be lessons learned? Or is it just a matter of time before we see it happen again? Let me know down below. Could Elon Musk have done better? He's got up into space. Why doesn't he tackle down below?